Welcome to Twist Talks Season 2, where we discuss the Japanese game Twisted Wonderland.
This season, we will be focusing more on gameplay, but still have theories, headcanons, and other random nonsense as always.
For the sake of spoilers within our podcast, we will only be discussing the international release over the Japanese release.
Hi, I'm Tilsa, and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, my name's Kaden, and my pronouns are I don't give a fuck.
My name is Wonder, and I use any pronouns. Okay. Hello, welcome to another episode of Twist Talks. I don't even know what episode number this is, but that's okay.
It's an episode.
Today,
It's an episode.
It's an episode, yes. Today it's just me and Caden because Talissa's not feeling well. So you could just get the two of us for this episode. But today we are going to be talking about some Octavinelle headcanons. So just any headcanons that pertain to our favorite fish mafia, the Octa Trio. We've done these sorts of episodes before with Hearts of Violins. I was gonna say Scarabia, not Scarabia, Savannah Claw.
Not yet.
Not yet. That'll be the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you guys get the gist. So
Yeah. We both had a kind of hard time finding headcanons.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the headcanons we see are X-Reader, and that's not really the headcanons we're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like what we do for these episodes is we go and we just scour Tumblr basically.
Yeah.
All our different, what Tumblr curates for each of us. And yeah, I just went and I searched Octavinelle headcanons, and I have the X-Reader tag blocked on Tumblr because I don't like X-Reader stuff. I swear, like every 3 posts I come across is an actual post I can read.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're doing our best. We found a couple that are fun.
Yeah, and I also went and searched fun facts about moray eels and octopus. Because obviously we want to add those into our headcanons.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, because that's what they are, right? So we're going to assume that that's basically the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might... Can I read those first?
Sure.
Okay, because one of them kind of ties into another headcanon I found pertaining to the fish mafia, which obviously is one of the main ones we have for this dorm. Okay, so moray eels, their strongest sense is the sense of smell, right? For jaws, they have 2 jaws. They have like 2 rows of upper teeth and 1 row of bottom teeth. Okay. Moray eels are ambush predators, and they like to spend their time in crevices. This next one is kind of funny. Moray eels are generally shy, but will bite if they feel threatened. Obviously, that doesn't pertain to our eels. They're territorial, and they often rest in holes, sticking their head out and sucking water through their mouth. Like little weirdos. There is no parental involvement. They lay their eggs and they swim away. That's what happens. There's no raising of children.
Fun.
Yeah. Their diet, they're carnivorous, and they eat any fish that they can tear and swallow. Okay. Some fun facts about octopus. The males die after mating. Um, obviously they
We
have
choose
three.
to ignore that.
Yeah, they have 3 hearts. I feel like everyone in the fandom knows that already, but I thought I would just bring it up. They can regrow limbs. They are all deadly. Let me see. It's just only the Australia's blue-ringed octopus is considered to be venomous to humans. So those are fun facts. Oh, also, octopuses, like their tentacles, they multitask. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They do it by themselves. The octopus doesn't really have control over that.
Okay.
So take that with what you will. But obviously, because as we discussed when we did our book 3, Azul's able to control his tentacles to a point. Yeah. So those are fun facts about the sea animals that we are talking about.
Yay.
Yeah. Did you want to go first with any of your headcanons, or was there any you wanted to bring up?
I think let's get the big ones out of the way, and then we can talk about some of the more fun ones.
Yeah. So obviously the big one is the fish mafia. Woo!
In a literal sense, not just as a nickname.
Yeah, no, literal sense. So there's quite a few that I've seen for this one. I only really took screenshots of one Tumblr post because they had a ton of like headcanons about this, and I kind of wanted to bring some of them up. But for those of you who do not know, it's pretty well hinted at that Floyd and Jade, their family is a mafia. Because they're rich, they get whatever they want. They act like they're in a mafia. And they are so willing to do shady business right from the get-go. So obviously it's not confirmed, but it's it's pretty well hinted at. Yeah. So
so much so that like I think we have a couple times in episodes like we've mentioned it and then had to talk about, wait, is that canon?
Yeah.
Or are we forgetting things?
No, because yeah. It's just the way
like,
they talk and everything.
And they talk about, just so there are just some things that the Tweels mention about their upraising that is just, that's not normal.
Yeah. Or like, I'm not sure if this is canon, but I think it's maybe book 6 where Edia's talking about their family. And then they like bring up dirt on Edia and they're like, what? You can't say anything because I can say something about you. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't remember it.
But they also have dirt on everyone, and that's such a mafia thing. Like obviously we're not in a mafia, but I can tell you for certain that I've definitely read mafia fics. Which sure those aren't accurate, but I've also watched like mafia documentaries. And all that fun stuff. I'm not sure about Wonder though.
I haven't. I'm not interested.
That's fair.
So
yeah. Did you want to read any of the mafia parts you found, or?
I did not actually find really anything about the mafia stuff. Because I was looking for more lighthearted, fun ones because I want to talk about when I say the big ones. I mean, yes, that, but then also the other one that I told you about right before we started that apparently you didn't know about, but I've been hearing about for months.
Oh, I already forgot. Oh my god. Can you please stop?
Apparently, to go along with the Leech family is a mafia family headcanon, and I don't know if this goes along with it or if it's something separate entirely. But there are people who theorize that the Tweels that we know, Jade and Floyd, are two of like a bunch of siblings that were all born at the same time. And I just realized I said all of that facing away from my mic, so I don't know how much of that got picked up. That's fun.
It got all of it. You're good.
Well, you're
for
on
me,
a
it
different
did.
mic than my Yeah, you're on a different mic than my recording mic. But yeah. But so there are people who think that the Tweels have a whole bunch of other siblings that Floyd ate. And Jade is the one remaining sibling. But there is always the threat hanging over him that if Floyd gets bored of him, he might eat him too.
I love that so much. I do remember you saying that.
It was 5 minutes ago.
I know. I don't know.
And it's insane, and I hate it.
No, because it makes
very
sense.
Funny.
It makes so much sense because that wasn't one of the things I read. I mean, kind of it was, but obviously there's no parents involved in raising the young. They just hatch, and then there's a free-for-all, right? They're hungry. Mm-hmm. They just hatched. They're born, right? That makes so much sense.
I think that is kind of... It's based on that fact, and then there is also apparently some dialogue that people, like in the game, that people pull it from, or pull the general idea from.
Yeah.
But it's just like, why though?
It's so funny.
Get it. I mean, it is funny, but it's like I've seen people being like, "This is it's going to come out that this is genuinely a thing in the game, just like the Leeches being a mafia family." And I'm like, I could see maybe the Leeches being a mafia family being confirmed.
Yeah.
But the other thing, I don't think that is something that we will ever find out is canon, unless maybe there's something about it in book 7 that, because I've stopped looking at spoilers for book 7 because I got overwhelmed. Like, maybe there's something about it in there, but like I highly doubt it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just like, that's just a bit too insane for me.
Well, they're fish, okay, so it's understandable, but that's not a good excuse because that's still insane, right? That's still so insane.
Yeah, and like, again, I get it as like a theory and a fic premise, but like I have seen people insisting that it's canon, and I'm like, where? Bitch, where?
Maybe it's in one of the Tweels vignettes. Vignettes.
Maybe. It's not like, people are saying there is evidence for it. This is going to be confirmed. Like with like how the Leeches are a mafia family, except for they have way less evidence. What the fuck?
Okay.
Twist fans not be insane. Challenge level impossible.
Yeah. Okay. So
not that we can speak because we are here doing this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So I will go into this post about Mafia family headcanons. Give me just a second. I'm going to read through them again. Oh. Okay. So I don't remember where I know this from, but there was like it might have been a TikTok, it might have been a Tumblr. It was like explaining the reason for the fish mafia. And basically it was, they felt threatened, obviously. because on their own they can't really do much, especially eels. So they got together, like a reason for a normal. I almost said a normal canon mafia. But they
real life?
Yeah, real life. A real life mafia. They get together to protect each other. They're a family. So that's kind of the premise of what this fish mafia is. And I obviously don't remember where I saw it, so I don't remember all of it, but that was kind of the premise. So here, this Tumblr post that I do have, it's from Foxglove PNG. They have a few bullet points, and these are their personal feelings about the fish mafia, I believe, and what they think. So first of all, the Leech and Ashen Grotto families are definitely business partners. They said they will die on this hill, and I also agree, because I don't know. There's no other reason that the Tweels would start being interested in Azul when he was... Like, I can get it, but for both of them to be interested, I feel like there's something more.
Oh, we just talked about this yesterday when we were talking about the books. They got interested in him because they realized he was making all these contracts with everyone. And they're just fucking weirdos and liked that about him.
I also do feel like they knew about him, like, beforehand. And not just because they went to school with him, because they probably saw him outside of school at, like, business meetings, you know?
Fair.
But also, I think Azul's from a pretty clean background. Not exactly sure, though. I don't remember.
Yeah, there's never really any hints to that in his background. If I remember correctly, I actually don't think his family is too well off.
I don't.
And they're like
remember.
very secluded from people.
That
could just be fixed, but like I feel like I remember.
I don't know, because whenever
he had no friends.
Yeah.
So
whenever I see those, like those rich kid TikTok videos, and they're like explaining twists, they always add him in there. And I'm not sure if it's because if he owns the Monstro Lounge or if it's because he's got family wealth.
Yeah. You know, if I had to pick of all 22 major characters, which one I think would have been middle class before starting school, I think it would have been Azul.
Yeah. Especially, I don't know, his worth ethic, you know?
Yeah. Like, obviously, he's not anymore. And he won't be after graduation. But, like, before he started attending school, I could see him being middle class at best.
He definitely has that business mind where you know someone in his family also runs a business.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that he can just do that, because someone has to have given him advice, or he went off and like looked online, which I don't really think he would do. Like, he's had to have some sort of experience, especially for a cafe. Yeah. And maybe he's getting help from the Tweels, right? Maybe Jade's helping him more with that. And I think that is canon, that Jade helps him more with that. And Jade would obviously have that.
Like, they're basically his assistants and secretaries. Like, that's pretty much canon. Or, well, no. Jade is kind of his assistant and secretary. Floyd is like his bodyguard, kind of.
Yeah. So that was the first bullet point. The next one is, when it comes to the TWST universe, they believe that there is a black market, obviously. And the black market is shady because you can quite literally sell your body parts. So they think that has something to do with non-human people in TWST, which makes total sense because little fact for you. Rich people in Europe used to buy, rich white people in Europe used to buy like slaves and would turn them into like furniture because they were exotic.
Oh.
and they were known for being cannibalistic in that sense also. So
Mhm.
I can definitely see that being a thing in the black market, especially with how they, what's the word? They put these villains on a pedestal, you know?
Yeah. No.
And sure, those villains might not
have-
have. Yeah.
Have we talked about that in an episode that it technically, if you really get into it, NRC is a religious school.
We have not talked about them. Oh my god. I hate that. Never again. You're not
Well, 'cause
wrong,
it's
which
true, 'cause
really
the
sucks.
Great Seven are basically their gods.
They
Like,
are.
You know, every fictional universe has its stand-in for oh my god. And in Twisted Wonderland, it is oh Great Seven. So therefore, to me at least, the Great Seven, yes, they're historical figures, they are also their gods, which makes NRC a religious school.
They would be considered saints, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Oh my god. No. Stop. No. No. I hate that. Okay. Oh, moving on.
Continuing on. I love how we just so casually had that revelation in the middle of this episode. That needs its own episode.
We'll do overall NRC headcanons at the end. Not this episode, but maybe once we get to the end
Get
of
through
the
all
series.
7 dorms.
Yeah. Oh my god, I hate that. Okay. Okay, moving on to the next
favorite
point.
fact about Twisted Wonderland. Anyway, yes.
This one ties in with the last one. They feel like merfolk are highly targeted victims. Right. I feel like I already said that, but yeah, so they're highly targeted victims for obvious reasons. I feel like I don't have to go into that, but if you need me to, I will, but not right now.
Makes sense. If anyone in the comments thinks it needs an explanation, DM us on Instagram. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable putting that out there.
Yeah. So this next one is so there was a mention that Floyd doesn't like shackles, and they think that when he was younger, he was kidnapped by hunters trying to sell him. First of all, that is a whole separate headcanon, and I fucking love that. I love your headcanons, man. Yeah.
Sorry, I dropped my knitting needles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to add to that. Cool.
Yeah. It says they obviously lost because it had been mentioned that their parents have a lot of connections, so they definitely did not get far. Okay, this next one is, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was mentioned somewhere where the twins were younger, they started self-defense classes. And I feel like their parents would be afraid if they were to go on land, they would, and I cut it off. Okay. Oh, never mind. They'd probably get jumped by some of their family's enemies. And also, of course, they can protect themselves from harm. I don't know. That makes sense for a portion of it, but from the way Floyd fights, I don't think so.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I feel like I don't remember there being any mention of them having self-defense classes. Sorry, I don't know why I had such a hard time getting through that sentence. But let me see if I can find anything about it, like on their wiki or anything. What is my voice doing?
I just read the next two things to read ahead, and I'm sad now. Okay. Bubble noises.
This is why I said I don't really care about the actual biological stuff, because I feel like that probably wasn't taken into too much consideration.
Yeah. I feel like it was taken into a little bit of consideration for purposes, but at the same time, not really.
Yeah.
Cookie, no.
Yeah, I don't think there's any mention of them having taken self-defense classes.
Yeah.
I think Floyd just likes to fight.
Yeah. That's kind of obvious. I think he's doing it because he's hungry. I don't know. The way he acts. He's like, oh, I'm bored of you. I'm going to eat you. Wait a second. Can I do that? Probably not. But I'm going to. I'm going to make it seem like I'm about to eat them. Yeah. They'll make it fun. Cookie, please. Cookie, please.
Everybody cross that off your bingo. I need to pull it up.
I did that the first 5 minutes in, not even.
I know. I just didn't have the bingo card pulled up.
And then so this one is, I'm skipping a few, obviously. But they also feel like because of their mafia scheme, they were probably exposed to murder and violence at such a young age, which is sadly sad. And then it goes on to continue, imagine 5-year-old Jade and Floyd wanting a goodnight kiss and going to their parents to see their dad beating in the face of someone. Kind of traumatizing. So
yeah.
And then they probably also represent their parents a bit. For example, Floyd may be more like his dad, while Jade's more like their mom.
I like that.
And then it goes on to say that their mom definitely has a garden full of poisonous plants for their enemies, and talks with Jade a lot about plants and mushrooms, which is so freaking cute. I really enjoy that headcanon.
Nice. That is cute.
Yeah. This also, obviously, because I don't know if this is gonna tie in with the eel stuff of they just leave their young to fend for themselves, but these are cute, so I'm reading them anyway. Cookie, please stop. She's trying to eat me. Stop. I feed you. You just had dinner. Okay, so the next one is their dad definitely roughhouses with them a lot, maybe with Floyd a bit more. Floyd could be minding his own business, staring at the wall, thinking about what he wants to eat, and his dad will just tackle him to the ground. That's so cute. That's the main reason why I screenshotted this, because I was like, I need to read this. This one exactly.
I hate that this is actually making me like the Teals. Up until now, they were kind of, I had I slightly disliked Floyd, but for the most part, my feelings towards Octa Trio are just they're there. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But
that's fair. I also I also think this might be me psychoanalyzing you, but because you Riddle so much,
yes, that is part of why I don't like Floyd.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking bitch to one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But I also just in general find him creepy and weird. But dang it, Floyd would be cute as a child. He would have been cute as a child.
He would. You know those little kids you see on videos and they're trying to say something and then they say a swear word instead, the fire truck one where it's fire fuck. That's what I feel like Floyd and Jade would be like. They would be like, I'm gonna kill you, and you're like, yeah, sweetie, yes you are.
Yeah.
Okay, and this last one kind of is about the dropping people they find boring, and that they won't hesitate to do so is probably because the fact that the clients or potential business partners that try to do business, but their tactics are boring, so they get dropped easily, you know? Like, why would I go about the boring way when I can do this? Yeah.
Fucking microphone is in my way, which is making it hard to knit.
I stopped crocheting. I couldn't focus.
I did this last night. Why is it all of a sudden...
Oh,
okay.
I hate that.
Anyway.
Okay.
Sorry.
I think that's all of my like heavy ones about that. Okay, I only have like funny ones left. So
let me double check mine to see if I have any heavy ones. Because I don't remember.
yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not heavy, but it's more serious.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off. My headphones are already dying.
Oh, lovely.
Anyway, okay. So this is from Inkblot Mirror, and it's not like about really the characters. It's more so just about the dorm in general. So they also have like a list. But first is the Mostra Lounge is staffed mostly by Octavinelle students, but some students from other dorms like Reggie work there too. That's just canon, but yeah. And yes, working there is mandatory. Workers get paid, but just barely above minimum wage. And Azul takes away a certain amount of their earnings as tax. And more is taken away for the smallest of infringements.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
The tax could be what he is giving the school, right? We talked about that. He's giving 10% to the school. But also like tax, like I'm not sure if tax exists in this world, but tax exists everywhere. So
yeah.
Assuming,
but I feel like what they mean is like probably it's more than his actual like U.S. wage tax or whatever. I forget what it's called because I don't think about it that often. But yeah. So as expected, the dorm with the majority of merfolk students. This doesn't mean most members are merfolk, just that out of the dorms at NRC, Octavinelle has the most merfolk. Similar to Savannah Claw with the Beastmen. Because I actually talked about that in, I think the novel, which I don't remember if we've mentioned that. I read the novel of book 1, and it's so good. I loved it. But they talk about in the novel that Savannah Claw just has like, you know, because of just what they're all about and how they're all so athletic, because more beastmen have that physique. That's why there are so many beastmen in Savannah Claw. It's not just because all beastmen go to Savannah Claw. It's just like a trait inherent to beastmen. You know?
That makes way more sense.
Yeah. Anyway, cooler environment as it's underwater. One can see all sorts of sea life outside swimming past the glass windows. Again, like we were talking about in our previous episode with the aquarium idea. I feel like you would not enjoy being in Octavinelle.
I would hate it so much. Okay, I'm not sure if we're posting this one like right after the one we just recorded, but we were talking for a little catch up. We were talking about like how the dorm is a big like aquarium where like you can walk in like a tunnel and there's a thing of glass. And I also mentioned how much I fucking hate those rooms. They give me so much anxiety. And like I feel like they're gonna crack, they're gonna break, especially when you see that little seam in the window. I feel like it's gonna break, and the fish are gonna all come on. I'm gonna get fish poop everywhere, and I'm gonna fucking cry, and I'm not gonna be able to breathe, and then a fish is gonna eat me.
Bet you're regretting sorting yourself into Octavinelle now, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Like I knew that. I knew that as the get-go.
I heard a high-pitched squeak and then you cut out.
Oh. I said I knew that like from the get-go, right? I knew that and I knew it would cause me anxiety, but maybe it would help me get over my anxiety.
Maybe.
Yeah. Unless I saw like a big fucking. If I saw one of the Tweels outside the fucking window, I'd piss myself. They are scary. And if I saw a Zool outside the window, even worse. I would think I'm dying because he's a massive octopus, right? Like, he's not massive. Don't get into his like insecurities, but I would, oh my God, that would freak me out so bad.
Right. The next one is they have big indoor swimming pools.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Sure, hell yeah. Jazz music plays in the Mostro Lounge, and they have live music night every Friday. The Pop Music Club is banned from performing because once Lillian Bettel screeched so loud that he broke more than a few of the glasses at the bar.
Oh my God. I love that. He would. He'd be like, wait, why can't I come back?
Yeah. The dorm has a lingering scent of salt water.
Nasty.
I feel like that's most of the students do too. Like all of the
Yeah.
merfolk.
Yeah.
All of the merfolk probably just stink like seawater.
Unless they're freshwater.
Yeah,
Right.
unless they're freshwater.
But which,
merfolk.
you know, like in Monster High, there's those two people. One of them's freshwater, and one of them's saltwater.
Laguna and
yeah. I hated them so much. I love Laguna, but
I loved them.
I hate him. I saw a whole video about like why he's a bad boyfriend and shit. Anyway.
We are talking about Gen 1, not Gen 3. Gen 3 is bullshit, and that is not coming from a queerphobic and fatphobic place. I promise.
Oh, I didn't even know there was different ones anymore. Okay.
Yeah, there's a third one, and I just genuinely don't like it. But everybody that I've seen that's like, stop hating on Gen 3 is conflating all of the complaints, including the transphobic and queerphobic and fatphobic complaints, with all of the other, just like, genuinely, I don't like their designs. And like, genuinely, this is not, I love that Frankie is non-binary. I love that Draculaura is chubby. I don't like that she's a witch. I don't like that Claudine is a skater girl. Those are my complaints. I don't like that Laguna is pink.
Those literally make no sense.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The actual dorm lounge is quite small, and not many people spend time there as they're at the Mostro usually. The students who are there are often crashing after work or waiting for their shifts. Oh, the students who are there, as in the lounge, are often crashing after work or waiting for their shifts to start.
So, a break room.
Yeah, basically.
I wonder how it would feel. You're a third year. You're about to leave to go do your fourth work year. And this little bitch gets put into your house, and he takes control, and he puts in a fucking lounge. And now you have to work for the entire school year, even though you were just trying to chill before your next year. And I would be so fucking pissed. I wonder how many...
Yeah,
he's got to be paying them more than just minimum wage.
I mean, probably.
Like, I feel like he's paying them living wage outside of school.
Actually, I feel like...
Because even though
Let me check something. But continue. Even
though he's, like, kind of a bitch, and I don't think he's all that money hungry. He's just power hungry. Like, something in me tells me he's paying them fairly. For their work, at least, you know? Like, he's not going to be paying them $20 an hour to be a busser, right?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, being a busser is hard, but yeah, $20 is a bit much. Although that's close to living wage, so also fair.
Yeah. Sorry, I remembered Ruggy's ceremonial robes vignette is like during big school events where there are people from on campus, he works at the Muster Lounge. And I was just trying to see if there was any mention of like how much money Azul pays him, if he pays him money. And
Well, he's obviously not gonna not pay Ruggy. Like, Ruggy wouldn't work for him if it was for free.
yeah. But there I swear I remember there being a mention of whether or not Ruggy was getting money out of this, and there's not.
I'm not sure if it's just a headcanon we've come up with that he's getting paid, but knowing Ruggy, he's not working for free. Like, he doesn't work for Leona for free. He takes his money, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's not working for free. So, there's that.
Yeah. No, there's not really any mention as to whether he's making money. But there is a as Reggie says, I mean, you're not too far off base. I'm usually not a big fan of snooty know-it-alls. As well, what a coincidence. I myself am not particularly fond of tiny dogs who bark incessantly, but Reggie happens to be a good worker. But Azul always gives me lots of work, so, and then both of them, it's a win-win situation. That's it.
Okay, so he's definitely paying him.
Probably. At the very least, Reggie gets to keep all his tips.
Yeah, Reggie keeps his tips, and he probably gets to take home food at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So the next one is students dread working the same shift as Floyd. I mean, I feel like that's canon, but also yes.
There is someone at my store who kind of gives me Floyd vibes in the fact that they don't do anything if it's not going to be like fun or not boring to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she orders people around. We actually all hate her. We're trying to get her fired. But anyway, hope she never listens to this. Well, she knows. She started beef with me over music.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, I can talk about that later, not on pod, but
yeah. Anyway, okay, so next one. Students in the storm are usually numerically proficient. The only thing scarier than a pissed off Floyd is being forced to take remedial business math classes with Azul, and he will make you count every matal in the till by hand. Matal is thaumarks.
Yeah. Do they not already do that? I think that's just a business thing. Like, I've never, like, at my store, we count them in the morning, in the middle of the day, and at the end of the night. Yeah. So I feel like that's just.
I mean,
obviously, it's like specific shifts who have to do that. So
yeah. I will be fully transparent. When I'm on cash box duties at my job, unless like, because I work a job where we don't get a lot of cash, but unless I know that somebody brought in cash, I don't count it at the end of the day. I just because we have it written down, like, you know, how much is supposed to be in there. So I just mark that down.
My other job, I do that, but that's different because we don't sell cash. We don't do cash as much. And when we do cash, it's maybe $3. Every time I've counted that, though, it's been off.
If in my job, if we get cash, it's a couple hundred, which is always very annoying. But
yeah. No, because oh my gosh, no one counts it. And then they'll take cash and they'll take only that cash out. And then our owners will come by and they will like take cash out and write a slip. And then they don't count that slip in their next count. So it's off by like $40, $50.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I'm like,
Such
This is
a stuff.
$247. It's supposed to be $300. Where's the money?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a silly little
Alright.
goose thing.
Okay. So the lights inside the dorm are always either dimmed or some sort of blue or purple to simulate the deep sea environment. Makes sense.
Cute.
Yes. Azul absolutely got the house warden position through a devious combination of ass kicking and blackmail.
Yup.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
A common
for
a
the old
common
house
punishment
manager.
is for students to work multiple shifts without pay, and they're all forced to sign contracts before agreeing to act as, in quotes, volunteers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that count? I know personally in the school systems we were in, we needed volunteer hours to graduate. Would there volunteer? Oh, you didn't? Oh, that's kind of.
You needed volunteer hours if you were in like honor society, which I was in junior honor society, but when I was in high school, I wasn't in honor society.
I thought that was a requirement to graduate, like in general, for our state.
I never got told anything about it.
Oh.
And I graduated. I never turned in any volunteer hours.
Oh. I mean, I finished all my volunteer hours way early. Maybe they just made that up to force us to do volunteer work. No, now I have to look.
I wonder if though, because I was involved in, a lot of the theater productions, and I know that when I was in middle school, my community theater counted for volunteer hours. So I wonder if that counted as volunteer hours for me, that I never had to turn any in. I don't know.
Bum, bum, bum. It's a state by state breakdown. Oops, sorry.
I also did graduate early though.
Yeah. It's 47.
Oh, wait. Everyone click accidentally doxing ourselves, unless that doesn't count.
No, it counts. It counts.
I will cut that out.
I timestamped it for you.
Yep.
Okay, so there's no statewide mandate, but National Honor Society does.
Okay. So yeah, and I did in JHS, so I was in Honor Society in middle school, but not in high school. So, yeah.
It does say that certain districts have different rules, and sometimes certain schools have different rules as well, which is kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shouldn't there just be an overall rule?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cookie, no, go away.
Okay. So last two on this list. Azul hates dealing with Fae clients the most because they always try to trick and turn his own contracts against him. Good thing his own dorm doesn't have many of them as members.
Yeah.
And then, and then the last one is just lava lamps.
Yes.
There's tons of them inside the door. Yes.
Something tells me in my brain, Floyd has like a whole shelf of them, and he stares at them and he never gets tired of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then I have one more, and then we can get to the fun stuff. So this is from Twisted Wonderland Shenanigans, their general world-building headcanons about the dorms. Octavinelle has its own huge library with crawl spaces that open up into cozy study rooms with adjustable lighting. It's also just good for watching fish outside. This headcanon is inspired by at Winter NE, and I adopted it LMAO. How fucking big is Octavinelle? Because, like, they've got their actual dorms, they've got the Mostra Lounge, they've got their dorm lounge, they've got Azul's office, they've got whatever kitchen is attached to the Mostra Lounge, and honestly, I can see them having a library.
Yeah.
I just, like, I
mean, I feel like it's pretty big because they have the most space to work with. Like each of the dorms are pretty big in general, but
yeah.
like I'm not sure if it shows, but when you are like going through the book and it like shows you like where you are in the story, I think it kind of shows the dorm, and it does look pretty massive compared to the other dorms.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Diasomnia is way massive.
Yeah.
Whatever that word is. It's way bigger.
More massive.
Diasomnia
is a full-on fucking castle.
Yeah. Like, it looks the same size as the school. There's no way it's not the same size as the school.
Yeah.
Let me look at this real quick because I need to see. No, not lessons. Stories. Let's see. Where would be... Back to the Octopi. Showing me the museum and the entrance to the museum. I don't want that. Now it's showing me Leona's room. Leona's room is like a whole fucking tower. I just have to let you know. Playing
Fun.
cheap, maybe?
I mean, he is the house warden.
Yeah. A signed contract is bound to be it. Yeah, from what it looks like, it looks pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, all the dorms are big. They're all kind of mansions or castles.
Yeah.
They're all castles. They're just straight up all castles. Just like different types of castles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
like,
sorry. It
like Diasomnia is a castle. Pomfior is a castle. Hearts the Bio is a castle and a rose maze. The Scarabia, I don't know if this is what actual castles in the culture look like, but it looks like the castle in Agrabah.
Yeah, it does.
They're just straight up all castles.
Yeah. I would consider Pomfior more of a mansion, like the one near my house, my apartment. You know, that's kind of what it gives. I mean, it is pretty huge. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. It literally shows the dorm for the book on the books.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about.
No. Okay, so their dorm is pretty big, but like from what the picture is to like when I was clicking through, I think it's a separate part of the dorm.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Octavinelle is an underwater castle.
Yeah.
That is not what I thought that looked like. Hang on.
Yeah, when you're clicking through like the storyline, each of the chapters, and you see when you see it looks like a whole separate building. Yeah, because from what the overworld Octavinelle map looks like versus what the Monster Lounge looks like, it looks completely different, like different places.
Yeah. I don't know. No, I think it's there. If you're looking at the big Octavinelle picture, you see there's that one tower off to the left that has the Octavinelle banner. Yeah. I think it's that spot, just from a different angle.
No,
Because
No.
if the spire is the same.
Yeah, the spire is the same, but I think it's that whole section.
Yeah.
Like that rock, those rocks. I think it's that. Because sorry, let me go back. Okay. Oh, I don't want that one. I want Nope. This is all wrong. A group counterattack. Yeah, a group counterattack. It kind of looks like that over there, but not completely. And then there's Collateral Damned, which shows Monstro Lounge and the VIP room. Oh no. Okay, so it's the one on the right.
Oh?
Yeah, it's the spire on the right. Hold on, let me get my snipping tool and I can show you.
All right. Cool. While you're doing that, we have half an hour, so do we want to move on to some of the more fun headcanons?
Yeah. Do you have what you want to start with first, or?
Sure. Honestly, you know what? Let's just get this fucking one out of the way. I saw this 2 years ago. Talissa and I saw it together. I don't remember who it was, because I'm not about to go find it again, because this is 2 years old. But do you know what I'm about to talk about?
No, but I feel like I do.
Okay. Fucking hang on. So I'm pretty sure it was on Tumblr. It was somebody, yes, okay, who was talking about the fact that, you know, the Octa Trio are from a place called the Coral Sea, and the only thing that they could relate that to in real life that is something akin to a coral sea was the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, yeah.
So therefore, in their mind, the Octa Trio are Australian, and I adopted that. I love that headcanon so fucking much.
Oh, yeah, we did talk about that in our last one. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, now I remember it. I hate that.
The Octa Trio are Australian, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
No, that makes so much sense. The only thing is they wouldn't have the accent just because they don't live on the surface. Like, No, they can't be Australian.
I still think they would.
They can't be
Why?
Australian because they say they live in the North Sea. They live where all the ice is. That's why they don't go home for winter break. Sorry, I just
shit, you're
disproved that.
right.
So, oh my god, I'm so sorry. But that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Why would they say they live in the Coral Sea when obviously it's a whole different world, but usually it relates to somewhere in our world, right?
Well, most people think they're Italian because they're a mafia.
Yeah. Which would make more sense because of where they say it is, but they say there's a bunch of icebergs and they don't want to swim through all the ice.
The original Little Mermaid fairy tale takes place in Denmark, and so does the Little Mermaid movie. So that might be they might be Danish.
Oh.
They might be from Denmark.
Okay.
I kind of love that.
I do too.
As someone with like a Norwegian ancestry.
Yeah.
I kind of love that.
That is
oh yes, new headcanon. Changing the they're not Australian anymore, they're Danish. All right.
Australia does make sense if we were putting it into our world, but it's not our world. And because the museum is literally the old castle, I think it'd make most sense that it's wherever
the Little Mermaid took place.
Yeah. Okay, sorry for ruining that headcanon of yours, but then we made a new one, so...
Yeah, and I like that one better. Alright. So now I'll go with the ones that I actually have pulled up. The first one that I have is by Twisted Blunder Hand. Sometimes when Azul is fed up with the twins not listening to him, he'll pull up a Subway Surfer vid on his phone next to his face so they'll pay attention.
Yes. He absolutely would.
Yeah, just
I think
you are correct.
It would only work on Floyd, though. I don't think Jade would care. He'd be like, why?
Fair.
I'm not Floyd.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Next one is by I think this is meant to be Red Reality, except for the E's are 3s.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Their icon is Orthos Zoom,
Oh.
and it's adorable. But all of the Octa Trio cannot type to save their lives. It wasn't a skill any of them needed. Ink and paper don't do well underwater, and a computer would fare even worse. So, anytime the 3 have to type, it takes forever. They're slouched over, looking between the keyboard and the screen, only using 2 fingers.
Yup. I feel like that's canon. That right there, that's canon. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes. You are correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This isn't so much a headcanon, but it is something I want to talk about. This is Evil Tomato, but the second toe of tomato is TOE. OMG, imagine you had their phone and they showed the Octavinelle gang H2O in the Mako Island series. I want to see their reaction so bad. Like, what would they think about it?
I do too.
I
Yes.
Especially with the original headcanon of them being Australian.
Cleo! No! The condensation. I want everyone here to know that for I think 2 years straight, that's how Talissa and I would recognize each other, like Marco Polo. And we also another Sunny too. We would do that. We at I think this last anime Milwaukee. I'm not quite sure. We just started saying Cleo.
Amazing. I wasn't there for that, but that is amazing. I will be fully honest. The H2O series was my childhood.
It literally. I agree.
I still know the theme song.
I'm the ordinary
girl. I'm in the deep blue underworld. And I'll see the world's my oyster. I'm no pearl, no order. Yeah, I fucking love that theme song. Anyway, okay, I have one more.
Okay.
And it is by Senti Muse. Do y'all think the Octavinelle guys put shit tons of salt in their normal drinking water? Ace asks Floyd for a drink during practice and nearly keels over because it's 75% salt.
I love that, actually. Too much love for that one. I feel like
wait. Somebody added on. Twisted Gremlin reblogged it and added on. Floyd drinks vinegar. Jade puts salt into the water. And Azul drinks both.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another one by Honeycomb Hive. Jamil saw Azul put 5 salt packets into his water in the cafeteria day 1, and that solidified his distrust of the man instantly.
Honestly, though.
Yes.
At work.
All right.
At work, if there's someone who's really mean, I will put salt in their drink. And you know what? You can't even tell.
Amazing.
Yeah. I shake it in very well, but it's a little bit of salt, and I probably shouldn't be doing that. But if they're really assholery, I'm going to. It's better than spitting in their drink.
Yeah. More sanitary.
Yeah, more sanitary. Or we will give you decaf. If you are pissy, we will give you decaf.
Nice. All right, but that is the last of mine.
Okay. Okay, so this one is by E3's 1015. Tumblr, obviously. And it's imagining Octo Trio having one of those moments where they forget how to breathe. So imagine you're sitting next to them and you suddenly hear the biggest, most unsure breath that kind of sounds painful and dramatic, but when you look over, they're acting like nothing happened.
So just me when I'm laughing?
Yeah. No, it's just the Octo Trio struggling with random human body stuff will forever be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is by Rathaker, where it's like RATH00KER. I think the Tweels have weird lizard-like tongues and they can lick their noses or something. Just think Jade randomly doing that in the middle of a conversation is funny. I do love that so much. Oh my god.
You have to read the tags on that. That is amazing. Those tags are amazing.
I didn't even see the tag. Hashtag Floyd looks like he used to pick his nose and then wipe it on someone else. Hashtag Azul is his main victim. Azul lives in fear of feeling Floyd. It's all it says. It's probably
Azul lives in fear of feeling Floyd slide one of his fingers down his back. Riddle does too. I found the post.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. My next and last one is honestly my favorite. Okay.
Oh God.
So like
it's certainly an interesting one.
This one is by the E3's 1015 again. So like fish just pee wherever or whenever, right? So do y'all think the Octo Trio, when first migrating to land, accidentally pissed themselves that it happened? Yes, I totally think they do because they can't even walk. They'd be like, "Oh, I have to pee. Why are you peeing your pants right now? Why are your pants wet?"
God.
You know, that one thing where it's like, I'm just washing my hands. Nothing suspicious about that.
That's why my hands are wet.
Yeah.
No other reason.
Yeah, that. I also want to add to that. They definitely shat themselves.
Oh, God.
Definitely.
Why? Why did you have to specify?
Because right with merfolk, definitely the I'm just specifying merfolk. Usually with merfolk anatomy, it's in the front, so they were probably very fucking confused. They were like, wait a sec, where is it coming from? That is not correct. You're welcome for putting that image in your head.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
There's also the fact that they don't really have the same bodily things as humans, right? So they're probably very fucking confused. And they definitely pee on the toilet seats.
I mean, I feel like they talked about having classes before on like how to be a human before moving to the
Maybe. But I feel they obviously haven't like transformed before then. So maybe they were taught that. But definitely Floyd has peed and shat his pants before.
God.
And not just because he forgot, but because he thought it would be easier.
I hate you.
You're welcome. I love you so much.
We haven't gotten to cross off Kate and Wonder swearing at each other in a while, so there you go.
It needed to happen. To happen. So, yeah. No, that I literally see that so well. Or
I hate that I do too.
The fact I'm I'm continuing to go with this bathroom thing, but the fact that Azul
God.
definitely sits down when he goes to the bathroom, regardless of what he's doing, because he doesn't feel he has the right hand-eye coordination yet. He can't even do gym class. You think he's going to be able to pee standing up? Yeah, right.
Hmm.
You know
I
I'm
have
not
nothing to
wrong.
add. I have nothing to add. I hate this.
You're welcome. This is literally my favorite part of this episode. I love it so much.
All right, I want to end us off on a different note because
No.
I think that's the last one, right?
Yeah, that's the last one.
All right, getting in one more. This is also by Twisted Blunderhand. The Octa Trio plays D&D. Azul DMs and loves the control. Plus, he's in the game club, so Jade loves the aesthetics and especially the Feywild fair mushrooms. Floyd likes attacking things and eating the dice when no one is looking. Floyd is 100% the person to bring candy dice to a session and eat them when they roll a nat 1.
Yes.
I want to do that so bad.
That sounds so funny. I feel like that's something I would do.
That is my dream, like IRL D&D interaction, is to
Eat
roll
dice.
a nat 1. No, very specifically to roll and to have just treat it like it's just a new set of dice. Do my normal preparation of a new set of dice, because I have a very specific ritual I do when I get a new set, and then in game, if I roll a nat 1, just eat it and never answer any questions about it.
So what number you got there? Crunch, crunch, crunch.
No, I mean, I'll say the 1 because I don't fudge my rolls.
That's fair.
Except for in very specific scenarios. But I'll say the 1 and then just eat the dice and then eat the die and then never answer any questions about why and how I ate it.
I think if I was in that scenario, I would not answer until I am done eating my die.
Fair. That is also very funny.
Because they're bigger, right? Like,
I don't know.
I have a rock right in front of me, and I think it's about the size of a die. So I think this would take me a few seconds to eat. I also really want to eat this rock now. By the way, I have a whole bag of cool ass rocks in front of me. I don't remember all of them. I have quartz. I need to tell you guys, this is very important. I have quartz.
Nice.
I have a little bit of sandstone. I have bloodstone, which looks so fucking cool. I have like a smoky quartz. I have like this really nice quartz. I have a lot of quartz right now. This like yellow one that I don't know. I have a pink quartz. What's this smoky color? I don't know. I have turquoise, I have emerald, and I have ruby. And I'm not rich, okay? These are not like shaped stones at all. These are a handful of rocks that look like you would pick up on a side of a road, okay? Because I went to a mining place and they had a bunch and I was gonna get them cut and shaped, but then it cost like fucking $70 and I was like, absolutely not.
Fair.
Yeah. But they are so cool. I have one with a little bit of blue in it too. One that I'm calling piss stone because it's like it looks kind of like quartz, but it's got a yellowing to it. I don't remember. I have a few of those. I also have like amethyst. I don't know where the amethyst is. But yeah, the one that looks like a die is, I believe, sandstone. I'm not quite sure. I don't think it's sandstone. No, it's not sandstone. It looks like sandstone. If you know what my rocks are, you tell me what my rocks are. But the blood... Yeah.
Post a picture on the Instagram or something now.
When
we put this episode up.
I really do love this bloodstone. You can barely see the blood in it, but it's like... It's not real blood, first of all.
Yeah.
It's like a really dark green covered in like red spots. And it looks so beautiful.
Nice.
I also have my Loki alligator here.
Nice.
The keychain. I have a keychain that matches my tattoo.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
I don't know.
Just
I needed
nice.
to have a quick show and tell of my rocks because I talked about my rocks and I love my rocks.
Fair.
And then obviously the Loki is protecting the rocks, so he was involved.
Mhm.
Well, but anyway, yeah. Okay, that's your
Alright.
good note, so you don't have to think about fish piss.
Oh, fuck you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, with that,
Yeah. With
well,
that,
thank you for listening. I don't think we have anything else to say.
how was your bingo? What'd you get?
I didn't get anything.
I'm sorry. I could talk about anime real
It's
quick.
all right. Oh, no, that won't help me.
It won't. All right.
All right. Well, bye.
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 Thanks for listening to our podcast. We enjoy talking with everyone and have expanded to more socials, which are linked in our link tree. Have a good day and see you next episode.